Nice knocked away by Chinyelu. Pettiford never got the shot off. Martin.
Woo.
Martin with a sink.
Goodness. All right. You got to be making big plays on offense and defense, and Florida just had 2-1 right there. My name is Bryce Wilson, and I'm a mental performance coach who helps athletes transform from a loser's to a winner's mindset. Today we're going to be reacting to Florida versus Auburn in the Final Four.
Nice string out by Broome. Clayton, bottom, tough.
This is Florida's best player, Clayton Jr., and arguably one of the best players in NCAA right now. Florida have their X factor. Auburn has a well-rounded, balanced team. Which will come out on top?
Condon peeks at the clock. Spin by Condon. Nice. It's denied by Broome.
Auburn also has one of the best defenses in the nation and a really great player of Broome. This is the player that made the block right there. Auburn has a strong defense while Florida has a strong offense. So this is going to be a good matchup.
Martin. He goes amongst the bigs and he has it negated on the interior.
Another defensive play. These defensive plays are going to be huge as the game winds down. It may also start frustrating the Florida Gators. So it's going to be important at this moment for them to continue to keep their head. It's going to be important for the Florida Gators during this time to continue to remain calm and not get too frustrated.
Right now, things flowing here for Auburn.
Aberdeen, the fade.
All right, great response from Florida. They just gave up a steal and a basket in the last possession, and now they came back and just scored a nice bucket. I'm seeing some great resilience from the Florida Gators.
Really impressive.
Sure, he's a confident kid.
And watch how slow Auburn restarts at the end of that play. Plus the player over here that has his hands up, getting frustrated with his teammate or the ref or things out of his control. You need to be able to bounce back from failure quickly and focus on what's in your control.
Play. Denver Jones will run it.
Short roll. Nice
Switch. Jones, the American finger roll.
Big plays like those really boost the morale of your team. So if you can make a couple clutch plays that really brings the energy to your team, he's yelling, he's excited, and now his whole team is excited. During this time, it's important for the Florida Gators not to get deflated and feel like they're not capable of making those same big plays later on in the game.
Mentality again, go right inside to this guy.
Broome, Hauke's trying to stick with him. He can't.
You can't.
Auburn is running away with it here, but it is a known fact that the Florida Gators are known for making a comeback. They came back after being down by 9 points against Texas Tech, and even in this tournament, there were multiple games where they outscored their opponent in the second half by double digits. So don't count them out, and it doesn't look like the Gators are giving up either.
Look at this defense, too.
Hauke just missed one from there. This time he nails it.
Just like that. The announcer said that that same player missed that three-point shot the last time he took it, yet he wasn't afraid to take it again. It looks like the Florida Gators have great resilience and ability to bounce back from failure, and that's going to be really useful later on in the game when it gets tight, and like now when they're down.
Broome makes his move. The back end. And he floats it up and in.
But watch how on each major play that Auburn makes, the Florida Gators get the ball and reset quickly. They're not getting upset or frustrated, yelling at the ref or yelling at their teammates. They grab the ball, put it back in play, and get ready for the next play.
Cardwell, turnover Gators. The foul was on Baker Mazzara previously, and a floater.
Auburn's making some big plays though. That is super important during a Final Four game like this. Florida's gonna need to make some big plays of their own.
Short on the J. What a grab there by Richard, and he spins in for two.
There's one. As I mentioned, they're great at bouncing back from failure. I think this is going to be their biggest mental asset in this game.
Study with some strength.
Off the Jones miss. Clayton, take over time. Yes, sir.
Boy, what body can...
I want you to watch the difference. Whenever Auburn makes big plays, Florida Gators get the ball back and play quickly. Whenever Florida makes big plays, Auburn moves around, gets the ball slowly, and puts it back in slowly like they're deflated for a second. It's a small difference, but what it signals to the Gators is that that point really did affect them, even though they're winning. And what it signals to their own team is that they're afraid. They're afraid of Florida coming back. They're not confident in the lead they have. So small things like how you reset a play really does impact the morale of your team.
Kick out open three. I agree.
Get it ahead. Martin, step back three. He's got it. Woo!
And wrap this.
Again, Auburn are walking around frustrated. They're walking around slow. And that's how Florida knows that they have them. And you can tell everyone on Auburn is frustrated, not believing, and they're scared just by their body language and how they reset the play.
Turns the corner. Clayton, smooth operator.
How about he
Again, Broome threw up his hands like he was frustrated. This might seem insignificant, but if your best player is getting frustrated because the other team made a good play, it's going to deflate your morale and belief, and it just affects the entire team. And as I mentioned, it sends a signal to the other team that, oh, we got you, we're in your head. Be very careful about how you use your body language.
Much better match here.
Isolation, and he's fouled. Chance at a three-point play.
Good response, but it came from their best player. Hopefully his teammates can carry the load as well as the game winds down.
Clayton, head and shoulder fake, step back. Oh, that's nice.
Great play. They're both making clutch plays, but when there's a few minutes left, a few seconds left, can they still thrive under that pressure?
Clayton, spin, and it's blocked by Baker Mazzara.
That's interesting. Clayton Jr. was just scoring their last 7 points, and now he just got blocked. A lot of times that can mess with the player's psyche, and if he has to take the last shot, he might be scared or thinking of the previous block while he's shooting. So I'll be curious to see if he can maintain his hot streak after this big block.
Against Broome in that box area.
Broome couldn't catch it.
Look at this
the hustle by Martin. Takes it in. On the rack attack.
Okay, I want you to watch this. This seems small right here, but I can already tell you which team has the better morale. Watch this play.
Bad pass, couldn't catch it, and you're right, I thought he was going to grab him.
When player on Auburn made a bad pass to Broome, the best player, and it got stolen, watch what Broome does.
There.
He looks at the teammate, throws his hands up in the air, and blames him, and makes it seem like it's all his fault. Now in that play, it might have been his fault, but as a leader, if Broome is the best player, as a leader, you have to take responsibility for any failures or any mistakes your team has and just try to fix it. Instead of dwelling on the mistake, he could say in his head, okay, I'm going to score on the next play then. But by him blaming his teammate, he's focused on what's out of his control, which is his teammate in the past mistake, instead of what's in his control, which is his response. So if the leader's doing that, I can already tell you that the Auburn morale is low, and it seems like the Florida Gators morale is high.
7 minutes to go, and Florida now up by 1.
Broome's got a house. That's it.
Broome.
Big play. They're making big plays. In big games, you have to make big plays.
Again,
Houck, hard drive, and he slips inside for the deuce.
again, the face guarding of Mazzara. A quick.
He did it again. All right, if I was Broome's mental performance coach, I would definitely have him work on his self-control. Getting angry and frustrated lowers your performance and lowers the morale of your team all around you.
Against it.
Nice
Knocked
hands.
away by Chinyelu. Pettiford never got the shot off. Martin.
Woo!
Martin with a six.
Goodness. All right, you got to be making big plays on offense and defense, and Florida just had 2 and 1 right there.
Hawk's not even looking to shoot it.
No. And he can make shots. There you go.
Clayton lines it up. Downtown.
He's trying to find Clayton, who's hot. The announcers were confused of why the player didn't take a shot because they know he can shoot. But he's trying to find his teammate who's feeling it right now. He knows that he might make the shot, but he knows that his teammate Clayton Jr. is on fire and he will make the shot. That's just good team chemistry, and it shows that the teammates are on the same page.
Kick, extra. Jones got him.
Wow, what an extra pass.
I just want to repeat and harp on this small action that Florida does. Every time Auburn has a big play, they reset the play. Every time Auburn has a big play, the Gators restart the play very quickly. And what it does is it quickly puts that play in the past for both teams. So the Florida Gators aren't dwelling on the other team scoring a point. And Auburn doesn't even get to celebrate the point and boost their ego. Again, this is a small aspect, but it makes a big difference.
Just go.
Got to double team him.
Clayton. Drive it, split, and score it.
You cannot stop that man. You can't. I'm sorry.
Some shots.
10 to shoot. Clayton the drive. The Baker goes.
They are trying their absolute hardest. You just can't stop them.
Nice seal by
Houck. Flips it up. Gets it to go.
Big plays and big moments. It's looking ugly for Auburn right now. The Gators morale is at an all-time high. And for Auburn, if I'm not mistaken, this is their biggest deficit. And there's 30 seconds left.
Pettiford pulls up. Misses on a 3-ball.
Look at the save.
Clayton saves.
I just want to point out that play right there, even though the game's over. Their best player, Clayton Jr., is throwing his body, sacrificing his body just to keep the ball in bounds so that the game is over. What it shows is that the best player, their leader, isn't afraid of getting down and dirty and doing what's best for the team. Even though he's their best player, their leader, he puts the team above himself. And that attitude is going to trickle down to the rest of the team so that everyone else on the team is doing that as well.
And it's over.
What did we learn from this game? Well, first, the Florida Gators had great responses to failures and mistakes. After every major point Auburn scored, they were able to restart the play quickly and get it going. By doing that, that increases the morale of their team while decreasing the morale of the other team. And on the flip side of that, Auburn didn't do the best job of responding to those failures in the same situations. Whenever the Florida Gators had a big play, Auburn was slow to restart the game. They were pointing and blaming each other. They were getting frustrated, and that shows that they were focused on what's out of their control and not what was in their control. It might seem like a small thing, but in games like these, where the margins are so small, that very well could have been the difference between going to the championship and not. Speaking of that, I'll see y'all in the championship game.